This poem that I'm going to do is mainly about how we lose the opportunity when we miseducate children. And I chose to call it, I would have told my carpentry teacher that I loved trees. Woo! To miseducate a child is to miss the chance to create something so wild in their imagination. Something one hot air balloon short of its helium soul, and to watch it lift from the ground to the sound of morning birds, to the skin of the sky, and see the ridiculous vastness of it all, the way they imagined. Or if you're like me as a child, to remain amongst the trees and let the spirit of the forest bleed into me, such that whatever poetry was growing inside is tentacled with the branches that carries my ancestors' breasts, their chests and shoulders the size of baobab trees. When I heard my carpentry teacher passed away, a strange sadness put a chainsaw to his memory. By all accounts, he was a good man, a man of iron discipline. But to us forest lovers, this man was no god. We had seen trees that towered above him. He was no emperor. The trees had seen his naked soul. But when I heard that he died, something put a chainsaw so deep into his memory, and I heard the loud scream at the root of it. And eventually it crashed with an ear-splitting silence in the depth of the forest. I haven't been there since, but I walked back to see where it lies today with this poem. So these are the things I never got to say to you, Mr. Ngwenya. I loved trees. I woke up in the morning to climb a tree, right in the middle of the front yard, dead center of one of the tiniest spaces in the world. There grew a fir tree so majestic I thought it lived part of its days in the heavens. I thought somewhere in the sky sat this large smiling woman called God that let the tree sit in between her thighs and braided the sweet fruit of the fir tree into her afro puffs. I loved trees. And when they cut that tree around the same time that you started teaching me, you were dead to me. Your classroom became the workshop of the devil. To miseducate a child is to tell them that beauty can only come from destroying things that you love. That certain things can only be pieced together by breaking their spirit. In a classroom this very second, there's a child learning that carpentry is not geometry. That tap dancing in the stars is not astronomy. That studying insects is silly since yellow jackets do not sell in the stock market. Or that their ancestors were not the same voices they had in the forest, in the songs of their roots. The same ones whose tongues you urged us to chop into pieces and stop their poetry mid-sentence. Thank you.